Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing, with today's post-close grading live stock comments for Monday the 8th day of 2026 here in June. When will it end, right? We've just given back half of the entire 18-month rally in soybeans in July. Finished the day down 5 3/4 cents at 11.15 3/4. Spot corn did manage to finish higher for the first time in 7 days, but basically gave back 50 cents in the last 8 days on that sell-off. D's corn managed to finish unchanged. Couldn't eke out a higher settlement, but at least it was not a lower settlement. D's corn finished at 446. The low of the move, 441. Interesting that we're right back to 445, which was the January low, the USDA low, before we started rallying as money flow came in and people were concerned about inflation, and we got that. Really, the only way to describe it was a gift, right? We saw D's corn hit 506. We saw Novi beans hit 1214. Novi beans finished down 2 cents today at 11.35.5. What have we done? Well, first of all, we don't have a time machine. We can't go back and fix things. We can't go back and say woulda, coulda, shoulda. If anybody had puts on, we rolled them down aggressively, because when this market turns, and I don't know when it's going to turn, when it does, I do not want a 30-cent corn put or a 40-cent bean put expiring worthless. I want a 5-cent corn put or a 8-cent bean put expiring worthless. And is it a judgment call rolling them down? Absolutely a judgment call. But there's an old expression, don't squeeze the Charmin, because if you're trying to squeeze it for that extra 2-3 pennies, I've seen it happen a bunch of times in my 30 years of doing this, where somebody wants to squeeze that last penny, and then they lose 40 cents trying to get that last penny. So take what you can get. Nobody covers things on the bottom, just like nobody sells things on the top, right? Good marketing is about making relatively good cash sales, rewarding really good rallies with cash sales or with hedges. That's one thing 2026 has taught us again, that when you get the opportunities, try to take advantage of them. I know it's hard. It's not easy, and I know hindsight's 2020. Again, there's nothing you're going to tell me that I haven't heard my entire life. Okay, it's just I've been doing this since 1992. I've been through a lot of markets, and I know I'm not sitting here saying that we knew this was going to happen. But what we can do is manage the puts that we have on the books, manage the risk management strategies that we had to try and either give you money or time or both on your hedges. Now, is it crazy to look at re-owning sold bushels? Well, no, it's not, right? I don't know where we're going to be 6 weeks from now. And if you go back to 2012, we made our stone cold low at the end of June and then exploded in the grains. So we may have to wait. We may have to kick the can. First thing we got to do is get through the USDA on the 11th, although quite honestly, after this debacle, I don't know what they could do to make things worse. So, again, another reason I don't want to have expensive puts on the books. You got to have a put because, who am I to say that the lows are in, right? Seems to me that a lot of people a month ago were saying the highs weren't in yet, don't worry, don't do anything, and they're nowhere to be found now. So my whole program is about respecting risk, rewarding rallies, and trying to keep in good position without benefit of psychic abilities. I know a lot of guys on social media are psychics. I am not. Okay, bean oil was able to finish slightly higher on the day, 74.56. Kansas City wheat, it found really good support at 618. That's a very technical level. It's the 62% retracement of the entire year rally. Remember, Kansas City July had a tremendous rally. This recent sell-off, it has found support at the 62%. Will that hold? I do not know. But the same strategy is there as well. If you had puts on, try and roll them down, try and get paid on them. And if you're an end user, get after it because the calls are cheap. And again, no one knows where we're going to be 6 weeks from now. I wish we did. Then we wouldn't have to hedge, right? We would all just phone it in, sit on the beach, and print money. So respect the risk, manage your hedges. That's my wrap up for the day in the grains. If you move on to the protein complex, it's interesting. It looked like we were going to start higher and take off and have more recovery in the fat cattle. Fat cattle turned around and fell out of bed, moved lower. Did not take out the low of Thursday, but certainly not good action. We had an inside. It looked like it was going to be an inside day up. We finished lower on the day, 236.70. So I think for August fats, as long as 234 holds, then you'll be okay. If not, that opens up the door to some more backfilling. And again, what's the driver? The daily whipsaws with concerns about the nature of the NWSC, the New World Screwworm. Moving on to feeders. Feeders finished down 320. Same idea. We started out, looked like it was going to be another gap and go day, right? We were higher, looked like, possibly we're going to take out 360. We were not able to take out the previous day's high, and we did settle lower. Again, as long as that 336 level holds, which is very, very big. 336 in August feeders, that is the halfway back point of the rally, which started when we had our November bottom at 291, and we topped out on May 1st at 379.5. It's very interesting that low there, that 336 area, that's basically halfway back. So a good level there, bull or bear for you to make decisions upon. And then the hogs looked like they were going to start off higher as well. So I'd say that was the most interesting thing today. The funds are still long, a bunch of cattle. They have flipped and gotten long. They have flipped and gotten short, the hogs right now. So they may continue to lean on the hogs here. June hog options expire on Friday. Those went off today at 94, down 275. The July option went down $1.42. June just went down 27 cents, 0.275. July went down $1.42, finished down at 97.30. And again, it looks like we're trying to find a more substantial bottom here in the hogs. Hogs did make a new low for the move in July. The lows, a new low for the year as well, because we're back to where we were at the beginning of December. So just like I was saying for corn, wheat, and beans, if you have puts on, roll them down. This stuff is very oversold. At some point, it's going to turn around. We want it to turn around. If you're a farmer or producer, you're always net long, so you always want higher prices. But so when your put option doubles, make sure you do the best you can to pull money off or get more time or both. All right, this is Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing. If you're not getting my letter, robinsonagmarketing.com. If you're looking for help, specific hedges, and that's really what I do. I do make specific cash flow recommendations. I do make specific hedges, and I do make recommendations as to how to manage that hedge if it gains or loses value sharply. That's really it in a nutshell. That's what I do for my clients. If something like that sounds like you'd be interested, give me a call, 312-638-8868. I will say this. I am not one of these guys that tells you I know where the highs and the lows are going to be. I do not do that. I am not the person that says woulda, coulda, shoulda, or I told you so, or if only you had done this. I don't know where we're going to be 6 hours from now, much less 6 weeks from now. So let's manage our risk. Let's respect the risk and try to do a better job moving forward. That's all we can do, guys. Take care.